Ndị be anyị ekenekwa unu ọzọ n'ụbọchị uhuruchi tata. Daalụ niile unu si na-esore n'ụbọchị nke taa na ihe na-eme n'iru akwụkwọ na Eastern News 24. Anyị si nke echiri ya zeru, anyị si ndị be ya dịrị na mma, n'ụnụ ya dịka echi, na echi ada agwụ agwụ. Otu anyị kwuru otu akwa ya dịrịrị. Ise ise ise. N'oge ugbu a dịka o si dị, ka anyị eje nke gbapụ n'ọsọ igosi unu ya bụ ife anyị ji maka ya wee bịa n'iru akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taa. Gbasatara maka ihe na-eme n'ala Igbo, gbasatara maka ife dị iche iche na-eme na ntọrọ ọdịda anyanwụ nke a na-akpọ Eastern Region. O nwere ihe BIAFRA Prime Minister kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ bute our attention. Anyị sị ka anyị gosi unu ya bụ ife ka unu ga-esi ya na etinyere anyị update unu ife unu che gbasata maka ihe BIAFRA Prime Minister kwuru. Chetakwa na ife anyị na-akpọkwa ya bụ evening tea ka eji wee mara ya. So dịka ị na-ege ya, daalụ nne Igbo ọma na-ege ntị. Alright, over to you, sir.
Gov.uk, the official website of the United Kingdom government. And this is a report, press release. It says, Foreign Secretary commit to working closely with Islamic State. I want everyone to pay attention to this Islamic State and ask yourself, what else is Boko Haram fighting for? Ask yourself, what else is Islamic State of West Africa, ISWAP, fighting for? Ask yourself, what else is the Fulani bandit and terrorists fighting for? They are all fighting for Islamic State. If they can be recognized as the Islamic State, what then is the need for them to continue to carry arms in Nigeria? The reason is because they have not conquered the Biafra people. And today, this was being covered officially by the United Kingdom for decades. They have planned the Islamization for a very long time. And now you see Islamic State. And I want to ask you, what is ISIS? What is the full meaning of ISIS? The full meaning of ISIS is the Islamic State. And here they are saying that the Foreign Secretary commits to working closely with Islamic State on Israel-Gaza crisis at the Lancaster House meeting. I want you to now pay attention to those who made up this particular Islamic State. Now, the Foreign Secretary hosted foreign ministers from Arab and Islamic countries at Lancaster House, and they discussed about the crisis in Israel and Gaza. Discussion with the Arab Islamic Ministerial Committee focused on how to secure the release of all hostages, increase the amount of the aid into Gaza, and reach a long-term political solution to the crisis. Visit followed the agreement reached overnight between Israel and Hamas on coordinated hostage release and a pause in the fighting. Following the agreement reached between Israel and Hamas for coordinated hostage releases and 4-day pause in the fighting, the Foreign Secretary emphasized on the importance of allowing humanitarian organizations to bring in more fuel so they can carry out life-saving work unimpeded, including powering hospital, desalination plant, which supply 80% of Gaza's water. Foreign Secretary discussed with the leaders at the meeting how to reinvigorate diplomatic effort towards a viable two-state solution, which provides security for both Israel and Palestine, and restate the UK condemnation on the rise in settlers' violence in the West Bank. He went further to say he committed to continue UK support to prevent wider regional escalation including in Lebanon and Yemen. Then he went further to say, today I have chaired a meeting of the leaders of Arab countries and other Islamic states on the situation in Israel and Gaza. The agreement reached last night is an important opportunity to get the hostages out. We discussed how to use the step forward to think about the future and how we can build a peaceful, which provide security for Israel, but also peace and stability for Palestinian people. I want everyone to now pay attention to those who have formed the Islamic State, the nation. The foreign ministers from Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Egypt, Palestine Authority, Turkey, Indonesia, and Nigeria, as well as the Secretary General of the League of Arab States and Ambassadors of Qatar, attended the event. I want you to understand how this group was formed. The group was formed as a peace committee at the Joint Arab Islamic Extraordinary Committee, Extraordinary Summit, which means Nigeria was represented and participated at this particular extraordinary summit in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia on the 11th of November. While all these things were going on, the Christians in Nigeria are foolishly shouting Jesus, shouting Lord, and people are systematically being killed, annihilated in quest to overrun the Biafra people. My fellow Biafran, when Nigeria was amalgamated, we need to ask the United Kingdom and David Macron, or Cameron, whatever the name is, were there an agreement that after a certain period of time, Nigeria will officially become an Islamic state? Were there a clause in the amalgamation agreement that in 2023, Nigeria will become Islamic state? And the Biafra people accepted it? And other indigenous nationalities in Nigeria accepted it? The answer is no. The same way the 1999 Constitution was brought and forced on indigenous people, including the Biafra people, is the same way they have systematically forced everyone to accept Islamic State status in this particular 2023. And no Christian, no pastor, no GO, no OG, no men of God, no all this their nonsense, GUO or whatever, talking and condemning the United Kingdom for systematically supporting the Islamization of Biafra people and every other indigenous person in Nigeria. We understand they have used terrorism, they have used force against everyone. So nobody has the guts to speak up. But hey, those of you who are in position to speak up, why are you not speaking up? My fellow Biafrans, as a result of what is coming out from the United Kingdom and how Nigeria has manipulated its way because of the ignorance of those who have been overrun, who have been, conquered, and they can no longer talk, especially the money mongers within the Biafra land, the Biafra government in exile, and the Biafra de facto government, otherwise known as the Biafra government, particularly are deeply concerned with this particular development, with this systematic Islamization as being sponsored by the United Kingdom and Abuja. In different parts of Biafra land, Nigerian terrorist soldiers had looted and burned homes, tortured, raped, and murdered innocent civilians of Biafra people in quest to force them and create fear into them so that nobody could rise up and speak against what is going on. Everyone watched those videos on social media, including myself. Today, we have liberated many provinces, many states within the Biafra territory that the terrorist military can no longer just go freely and burn the way they used to burn. We have also succeeded in creating a very heavy awareness that it is no longer hidden. I want to inform you today, the barbarity of the attack in Imo State, in Enugu, in Ebonyi, in Anambra, in Obi-Igbo rivers, and every other part of Biafra land was palpable. The sight of mass grave from the time of 1999 till date across Biafra land, and the body littered in forest, like the just what was discovered in Abia State, in Lopanta, in the forest. The body lined up on the ground. Those kind of things etched forever in our memory. And so are the people behind the horrific stories. They continue to live in our memory. The Nigeria terrorist army has committed more than genocide in our land, all in the name of forcing us to accept Islamic State. The young men with their hands tied behind their back, shot and killed by those who address themselves as security agents. We saw in Abia State where Biafrans were praying in a field. Over 150 was murdered in cold blood. We saw in Imo State those grandfathers who were shot in the neck while drinking palm wine in their residence in the morning, very early morning, in the old Imo State. Not even our women and children were spared. Just last week, they killed many in Ihala. We saw it. Everybody shared the video. I want to inform the world this evening and my fellow Biafrans that since 2021, it is very clear what happened in many parts of Biafra state was not just a random episode. Those executions in cold blood were part of the bigger plan to silence every Biafran for Islamization, as can be confirmed by the United Kingdom today. And Abuja, it is very cruel, cynical, calculated. The UK and Abuja want to eliminate and annihilate Biafrans and also eliminate our statehood, eliminate our freedom, and eliminate our culture and values. This will and must be resisted with everything in us. They want to eliminate our national identity. They want to eliminate our sense of being. They want to eliminate our history. And above all, they want to eliminate our hope in the future. These are war crimes. And nobody is talking about it. We are not even expecting anybody to talk about it. We are going to force them to talk about it.
Ndị be anyị ekenekwanụ m unu ọzọ. Daalụkwanụ ndị nnekwu unu sikwa wee na-agba mbọ na-esonyere anyị n'ihe anyị na-eme. Dịka ị nụrụ ihe Biafran Prime Minister kwuru n'elu akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taa bụ 26 of November 2023 bụ nke a na-akpọ Morning Tea. Ka ife nwere ike ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ndị nụgasị okwukwasị n'elu akwụkwọ a ekebakwalu ka ịdrọpụọla ya on the comment below na Eastern News 24. Anyị jikwara na-ekene Igbo m na-ege ntị. A sị na ya dịrị onye ọbụla na mma n'eke, ya dịrị onye ọbụla na mma n'orie. Ụzọ ahịa nọ nke ndị Igbo n'azụ, ya dịrị anyị na mma.